Good morning students. This video is for the students of class 9th, subject science, chapter 8 motion. In this video, I would be discussing the solutions of the assignment 1 of the chapter number 8. The first question was, displacement of a moving object in a given interval of time is 0. Would the distance traveled by the object also be 0? Justify your answer. So the answer is no. Why? Because it is given in the question that displacement is 0. If displacement is 0, is it necessary that distance traveled will also be 0? It would be no. Why? Suppose consider this circle. I am starting from this point, moving in this direction and coming to this final position. So initial and final positions are same. So displacement is 0. Now is the distance 0? No. Distance is 2 pi r in this case. So the answer is no. Your second question was, a cyclist traveled 3/4 of a circular track from A to B as shown in the figure. This is the figure given. The radius of the circular track is 400 meter. What is the distance traveled by the cyclist? So students see, if the starting position is point A, means the person is at point A and he is covering 3/4 of the circular track, means 1/4 up to this point, 2/4 up to this point, 3/4 up to this point, means it is covering 3/4 of a circle. Now the radius is given 400 meter. Need to calculate the distance traveled. What is the distance of the whole circle? That is 2 pi r. So what is the distance from the, what is the distance of this 3/4 of circle? That will be 3/4 of 2 pi r, where r is given in the question. So just calculate 3/4 of 2 pi r. Circumference is 2 pi r. So the circumference of 3/4 of circular track, that will be equal to 3/4 of 2 pi r. Now r is given 400 meters. Substitute the value, you will get the answer. So the answer is 1885.71 meter. Now coming to question 3. Question 3 was, a particle moves over 3/4 of the circle of radius r. What is the magnitude of displacement? See, the question is same as of previous question number 2. In the previous question we were calculating distance. Now in this question what is asked? It is asked displacement. So see students, suppose a person is here at point B. So it is covering 3/4 of the circle, means first quarter, second quarter and third quarter. So he is covering 3/4 of the circle of radius r. The radius is given r. We need to calculate displacement. What is displacement? It is the shortest distance between the initial position and final position. Now what is initial position? Point B. And what is the final position of that person? It is point A. So what is the shortest distance? Join this line AB. You need to calculate this AB. You need to calculate this AB. So this is a right angle triangle. Apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle ABC. BC square plus AC square, that is equal to AB square. You know BC, you know AC. So just calculate AB. So AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. AB square is equal to BC, that is R square plus AC is also R, so R square. So AB square is equal to R square plus R square, that is 2R square. Now you need to calculate AB, so take under root of this 2R square. Now R take outside, it is R root 2. So the answer is R under root 2. So now coming to question 4. 4 cars A, B, C and D are moving on a level road. Their distance time graph are shown in the figure. Which car is fastest? So fastest means speed. So which car has the highest speed? You need to calculate which car has the highest speed. Now students, you know speed is distance upon time. Speed is distance upon time. Now if distance is more, so speed will be more. If distance is more, speed will be more. If time is less, speed will be more. Why? Because speed is directly proportional to time. If speed increases, distance increases, and speed is inversely proportional to time, means if time decreases, speed will increase. So now the question is saying which car has the highest speed. So you are having two answers. The one who has maximum distance and the one who has minimum time taken. Speed highest. Highest speed means distance should be greater of that car or time should be less of that car. So let's see the graph. Students, if you see this graph carefully, distance is greater of which car? Of C. Distance is greater of C. And the time, which car has taken less time? This is time. So, up to this point, this is of car C. Up to this point, this is of car D. Up to this point, it is car A. And up to this point, it is car B. So, means minimum time is taken by car C and maximum distance is covered by car C. So, C car is fastest. You can find any of these. Either calculate distance or calculate time. One and the same thing. So I have told by two methods, you can take either of the method. Just apply the formula. Now question number 5. An object is sliding down on an inclined plane. The velocity changes at a constant rate from 10 cm per second to 15 cm per second in 2 seconds. What is its acceleration? The diagram is given and you need to calculate acceleration. Suppose the object, it is moving in this direction, it is showing, it is moving in this direction. So let us consider BA as positive direction. Okay. So what is the formula of acceleration? Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. What is final? It is coming from this point to this point. So final is this 15 cm per second and initial is 10 centimeter per second. Okay. So just substitute the values. 15 minus 10 divided by 2. The answer is 2.5 centimeter per second square. Students, keep one thing more in mind. You don't need to change this units. You can calculate the answer in the same unit, centimeter per second square. It's better if you do not change the units in this question. Because the unit can also be centimeter per second square. It is not necessary it will be meter per second square. According to the question, you can take centimeter per second square also. Now question 6 is, a man walks on a straight road from his home to a market 2.5 km away with a speed of 5 km per hour. Finding the market closed, he instantly turns and walks home back with a speed of 7.5 km per hour. Calculate the average speed of the man over the interval 0 to 40 minutes. You need to calculate the average speed. So let's have a figure in our mind. The man is walking from home to market on a straight road, that is 2.5 km. Okay, the road length is given 2.5 km. Now when he is walking from home to market, what is the average speed? What is the speed of the man? That is 5 km per hour. Now after reaching his market, he turns back to home. So what is the speed? 7.5 km per hour. So now you need to calculate the average speed. When he walks from home to market, the distance is given 2.5 km and the speed is given. Right? Two things are given. You can calculate the third thing, that is time. Now after calculating time, it is given in the question that calculate the average speed from 0 to 40 minutes. So suppose when you calculate the time comes out to be 35 minutes. So he took 35 minutes from home to market and then remaining 5 minutes out of 40, how many minutes will be left? That will be 35. 40 minus 35, that will be 5. So remaining 5 minutes he took when he was moving from market to home. Right? So just first of all calculate the time period of this. After the time period has calculated, you have calculated the time of the second one and you know the speed. So calculate the distance. Then just apply the formula of average speed. So I am considering first case when the person was walking from home to market. The speed is given 5 km per hour and the distance you know 2.5 kilometer per hour. So you calculate the time. What is the formula of time? Distance upon speed. So substitute the values. You will get the answer in hour. So the answer is 1/2 hour. You can convert into minutes. That will be 30 minutes. Now in the question it is given that calculate the average speed in time interval 40 minutes. In 0 to 40 minutes means if it takes 30 minutes to reach to market. So what will be the remaining minutes to reach to home back? That will be 40 minus 30, 10 minutes. So he took 10 minutes to reach home, right? He took 30 minutes to reach market and the remaining 10 minutes he took to reach home. Total interval is given 40 minutes. Now speed you know, that is 7.5 km per hour given in the question. I am taking second case when he was going from market to home. And the time you have calculated in minutes, that is 10 minutes. First of all, convert this time into hour. How to convert a time into hour? 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 10 minutes will be 10 divided by 60 hour. So calculate the distance now. You know speed, you know time. Just substitute the values. After substituting the values, you will get the answer 1.25 kilometer. So now apply the formula of average speed, that is total distance divided by total time taken. What is the total distance? 2.5 kilometer from this case to this case, home to market, and 1.25 kilometer from market to home. So 2.5 plus 1.25, that will be total distance. And what will be the total time? That is 40 minutes. 40 minutes. It is given in the question. Convert this 40 minutes into hour. That will be 40 divided by 60. So 40 divided by 60. Just calculate this. You will get the answer. The answer is 45 divided by 8 km per hour. You can convert into decimals also. Right? So this was the answer. Now coming to next question. Your seventh question was, a car starts from rest and moves along the x-axis with a constant acceleration 5 meter per second square for 8 seconds. If it then continues with constant velocity, what is the distance will the car cover in 12 seconds since it started from the rest? You are given the distance. You need to calculate the distance first in 8 seconds, then in next 4 seconds. Because what is asked? Distance covered in 12 seconds. So for 8 seconds calculate the distance, and for remaining 4 seconds calculate the distance. Add them, you will get the answer. So how to calculate? Distance covered in 12 seconds is equal to distance covered in first 8 seconds plus distance covered in next 4 seconds. So our motto is to calculate this, then this. Now in the first case, when distance is traveled in first 8 seconds. See, what is given? Rest. Rest means initial velocity 0. Acceleration is given. Now two things are given. You need to calculate distance. Which formula you will use? Use second equation of motion, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now substitute the values. U is 0, so ut becomes 0, and substitute the value of A as 5. When you will calculate the answer, you will get 160 meter. So our first motto is calculated, that is 160 meter. Now just we need to find the distance in 4 seconds. So how to calculate distance? In question only time is given, that is 4 seconds. In the next 4 seconds. So distance we know, that is speed into time. So time is given 4 seconds. Distance we can calculate. We need to know the S, speed. So how to know the speed? We are not given anything. So calculate speed from the first case. Apply V is equal to U plus AT. Initial velocity 0. Acceleration is given 5. Time is given, for the first case it is 8 seconds. So calculate velocity, that is 40 meter per second. The answer will come. Now substitute the value of velocity or the speed. Velocity and speed one and the same thing. Substitute this in this equation. Distance is speed into time for the next 4 seconds. So speed is given 40 meter per second, that we calculated right now. 40 meter per second into, what is the time period? Time period is 4 seconds. So just substitute the values. The answer is 60 meter. Now the first case, the answer was coming 160 meter. For the second case, the answer is coming 60 meter. So what is the total distance? 160 plus 60, that is 320 meter. Okay, this is a very easy question. Just apply your brain. Question number 8 was, an object starting from the rest travels 20 meter in first 2 seconds and 160 meter in next 4 seconds. What will be its velocity after 7 seconds from the start? So you need to calculate velocity. If we apply this formula, v is equal to u plus at. If we substitute this, initial velocity is 0 and time as 7 seconds. But we do not know acceleration. We do not know this acceleration. So we need to calculate the acceleration in this second. But we are given 2 cases, 2 seconds in the first and the next 4 seconds. So we need to calculate the acceleration of which case? First case or second case? After 4 seconds it will be next one 7 second now. It is 2 plus 4, that is 6. So the acceleration of the 7 second will be acceleration of the 6th second. So we need to calculate the acceleration of this case. Now see, if we calculate this acceleration, we need to calculate the initial velocity. We need to calculate initial velocity first. First of all, we need to calculate acceleration. Acceleration, how it will come? For this case, and for calculating acceleration, we need to know initial velocity. So first consider the first case up to this point. Initial velocity is given 0. Distance is 20 meter. Time is given 2 seconds. Calculate the distance traveled. Calculate acceleration. Distance is given. Calculate acceleration in the first case and acceleration in the second case. The first case is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Alright. Initial velocity given 0. Acceleration we need to calculate. Distance is given 20 meter and time is given 2 seconds. So just substitute the values. We need to calculate. Time is given 2 seconds. So I calculate acceleration. Just substitute the values. You will get acceleration as 10 meter per second square. Right? Now, from this acceleration, calculate velocity. V is equal to u plus at. Initial velocity 0. Acceleration you know. Time you know 2 seconds. Calculate velocity. That will be final velocity. This final velocity, it will become the initial velocity of the second case. Of the second case, it is s is equal to ut plus half at square. You are given s 160 meter. You need to calculate acceleration. You are given time, that is 4 seconds. So what is initial velocity? Initial velocity, that will be final velocity of the previous case. That will be the initial velocity now. So just substitute the values. Initial velocity, that will become 20. That we calculated the final velocity of the first case. So after substituting the values, you will get acceleration as 10 meter per second square. Now just substitute here. V is equal to u plus at. Acceleration we have calculated now. You will get velocity. So initial 0, acceleration 10, time will be 7 seconds. So the answer is 70 meter per second. Right? Now 9th question was, an electron is moving with the velocity of 5 into 10 raised to 4 meter per second. It enters in a uniform electric field and acquires a uniform acceleration of 10 raised to 4 meter per second square in the direction of its initial position. The first part was, calculate the time in which the electron would acquire a velocity double of its initial velocity. Means velocity, final velocity is equal to double of initial velocity. Means final velocity, that is equal to 2u. Final velocity, that will be equal to 2u. And second part is how much distance the electron would cover in this time. So need to calculate distance. So first of all, write down the things which are given. Initial is given. Acceleration is given. Time you need to calculate. And we have calculated, that is twice of initial velocity. Initial you know 5 into 10 raised to 4. So 2 into 5 into 10 raised to 4. 2 into 5 is 10. So 10 into 10 raised to 4 meter per second. Now you need to calculate time. Final velocity we know. Initial we know. Time we need to calculate. Acceleration we know. So which formula you will apply? Apply the formula of acceleration, that is v minus u upon t. From this equation, calculate time because we are given these three things. So just calculate. Time is shift here, v minus u divided by a. What is v? 10 into 10 raised to power 4 minus 5 into 10 raised to power 4 divided by acceleration is it is given 10 raised to power 4. Now 10 raised to power 4 and 10 raised to power 4 they are common, so take outside. Now what is left inside? 10 minus 5. So 10 minus 5 into 10 raised to power 4 divided by 10 raised to power 4. 10 raised to power 4, 10 raised to power 4 cancel. So 10 minus 5 is 5. So the answer is 5 seconds. In the second part, you need to calculate distance. So apply the formula. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Just substitute the values. Everything is given. Initial velocity given. Time will be 5 seconds. Acceleration is given. Time will be again 5 seconds. Just substitute the values. So after substituting the value up to here, what you will see that 5 into 5. See, I am telling you how to simplify these types of questions. 5 into 5, that will be 25. So 25 into 10 raised to power 4 plus, sorry, I have taken this 5 and this 5. So 5 into 5, 25 into 10 raised to power 4 plus half of this, right? Now 25 into 10 raised to power 4 and 25 into 10 raised to power 4. They are common, so take outside. Now what is left inside? 1 plus 1 by 2. If nothing is there, it means 1. So 1 plus 1 by 2. So solve this equation, you will get the answer 37.5 into 10 raised to power 4 meter. So this was your 9th question. Last question was, draw distance time graph when the body is moving with uniform acceleration. So I have told you in the lecture also, the same graph. Distance time graph, take time, t, distance, it will be x. Time interval you can write 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now you need to calculate x, distance. Acceleration, since it is uniform, it is constant. So take any constant acceleration. I have taken 2 meter per second square. Initial velocity I have considered 0. You can consider any other velocity other than 0 also. So apply the formula s is equal to ut plus half at square. Substitute the values. So you will get s is equal to t square. So when time is 0, 0 square, the distance will be 0. When time is 1, 1 square, distance will be 1. When time is 2, 2 square, distance will be 4. Time is 3, 3 square, distance will be 9. Time is 4, 4 square, distance will be 16. So you can get these values from applying this formula, this equation. So after you have got this table, just start plotting a graph. So students, when you will plot a graph, you will obtain this kind of graph. A curve which is bending in upward direction. And on x-axis you will take time, on y-axis you will take distance. Do not forget to mention these necessary details. So a curve is bending in upward direction, it means acceleration is positive. So that's it for today's lecture. So what is your homework? Your homework is to prepare for test of this chapter. Thank you students.